Welcome, Berserkaroo crew. Hello, it's Rowan Maxim. It is Friday of March. There you go, look. It is Friday the 26th of March. And we are in the troopy. Now, we've been busting ass on the troopy, and the troopy is finally in a state where it's alright. So, did a couple of big days and nights, and right now I'm extremely thrashed and in no state to be on the internet. But I know that we have the fans out there that just love to see what's going on with the troopy, and as you know, I do not mind showing it off because I don't know, I get a lot of enjoyment out of decking it out just exactly how I want it, with the materials and resources that we have and what we are skilled to do. I don't even know, I should just shut up and show you. But anyway, so here we have the dashboard. The dashboard is fitted, and overboard we have nutserts, stainless steel, M6 in hex, and then this is screwed down over the top of some like high density foam under there, so that it can probably never rattle. I'll say probably. This has not high density, but this has foam behind it. The stereo, this came with the truck. It's pretty good, you know, if you're into stereos. It's Chinese, obviously a home brand thing. It's touch screen, it's 7 inches. It is like has apps. Okay. So it must be it's like a phone. Look, this is doing voice search. Has Google and shit on there, so not bad. Good thing is it has Bluetooth and it seems to work pretty good. And it has a USB charger thing. This will become a theme, right? So it's got one at the front, and then it's got one which I've made come out through the top, and there goes me headlight. So that's cool too, I guess. I'll grab a torch in a second. But then it also has 2 more USB charging unit things that come out the side of it on long string, and so they're going to go in the glove box. So there's 4 USBs coming out of just the stereo. Hey, look, got a torch. We'll work our way out here to the front shortly. We've got 12 minutes and we're 3 minutes in, so we'll poke away real quick. Don't want to bore you stupid. Alright, got this little suction phone jigger. This one was from the Reject Shop. Shout out to the Reject Shop, sponsoring Troopy since forever. Alright, but what I'm mostly proud about and happy to see is this little gauge here. These are the same ones that I've got on a couple of my other projects, especially the GFX, and it works a treat. This one is hooked into the throttle body, so I've got the probe wrapped in heat shrink and poked up into the charge air pipe, the boost pipe or whatever it's called. So it's measuring intake air temperature in the engine, and it gets more lines on there and it changes to whatever it is. Currently you can see is thing out, it's on the side. I forget what used to be in there. I think it was this standard, but I'm not sure. The light, the intensity adjuster. So the prototype there is going good. Perfect. And then in here, took out the clock. Don't really need a clock. Got multiple clocks. So I put a water temperature gauge, and you can see that's lit up. Currently below 40. We still have cigar lighter for lighting them Winnie Pinks. Them blue vein cigars, as some of yous are into. Right, now something else that came with this car was not hooked up, was slapped up in the overhead console here, which we're getting to. Gotta hurry, but two-way radio thingo. you know, I'm not paying for another one, so this one's good. It's hooked in, it works, seems to. And it also came with a speaker. So this is the speaker for it. It's currently on the floor, but it's going to go up under the dashboard. So that's cool too, I guess. Never really had a functional radio. And then I just made the bracket for that. Sort of go into one of these that already had a hole in it. I was trying to track down one that with no hole, but if you're going to butcher it, so it can just sit there like that. Pretty happy with all of that actually. And yeah, the faceplate I've friggin' drilled in stainless nutserts. Use M6 bolts. No glove box currently, and that is about it. No cluster. I still need to run power and illumination wire. Oh, I've got illumination, so I've got to run ignition wires to this here, and a constant positive to this here is central locking box. I've got the fridge. Fridge is cranking. It's running -3. Shout out to Brass Monkey. Seeing it wasn't that cheap. Like, it wasn't too bad. For the size of it though, it was not cheap. It was like $350 and it only holds 1 2-litre juice. But at the moment we got beer. Now I'm doing no alcohol. I'm calling it no beer for a year, but it's really no alcohol. So these ones are 0%. Do you want to hear a joke? I don't know. They say non-alcoholic beer is like licking out your sister. It tastes the same, but it's just not right. Alright, moving right along. We have this one here, also a mission to fit. The center mirror thing. What's it called? Touchscreen. This was what was talking just before. Voice activated. I haven't played with it. I've literally just hooked it up and got special cords so that it looks very neat and tidy. Shout out eBay. Everything's on eBay, but it means you got to wait. So that's good. And then I've had to hack the visors because this mirror is hella long. So that's a trick for young players. If you're going to get the biggest one, I think it's called a 12-inch up ya, then you're going to need to cut your visors down. Right, we're 7 minutes in. We haven't even gotten out of the interior. Right, we got the overhead switches happening. They're meant to light up like this when they're done, and they also have another light at the bottom that's meant to be on consistently. But I've tripped me Parkers somehow. Excuse me, and I don't know how to fix that one just yet. And then at the end, this one is voltmeter and 2 USBs. Excuse me. Right, and there's a lot of tricky stuff happening back in there, all of the wiring. When I say tricky, I mean nightmare. Right, and we got sound deadening in up in here, make it solid sounding, so that's good. Now, this thing turned out amazingly better than I ever could have hoped. I took me scrappy old bit of light that was hanging down the back in the shed. Right, it's just your regular old, what's it called, 50-50. But this one's just white strip light stuff. But then it also come with this little unit. Right, tiny little thing. So we have 7 brightnesses, and you can see the entire truck. Look at this. It friggin' rips. And then it also has one where it's demo mode. It can give you autism, flash you into oblivion. So we better not do that in case people watching do have friends that have epilepsy. So that's what's happening now. We're still doing a bit back with the battery and that back here. Inverter, the rust buster thing's running good at the minute. And I got to do the second battery still. We're 9 minutes in. What else is happening interior? I think that's most of it. USBs. I think we've spoke about this. I put an extra USB into my fridge right here. It already has one just there. And it has also 2 at the back. Alright. So then I also put two 40 volt power coming out of it here at the front, which is sweet. Got a nice low profile grey switch, and then I got another thing USB down the bottom. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 USBs come out of the fridge to go with the 4 that come out of the stereo, to go with the 2 that come out of the overhead console. There's another 2 in the back, but obviously one's for this mirror and one is for something else tricky, which is this cord runs around the back, and that's going to go to my secondary speaker. So those 2 are in there, they're just permanently taken. But yeah, and the mad steering wheel, so we painted it black. And the horn, it's probably a bit late to rip the horn. I'll do a whole video just on the horn, in the daylight, because it's so good. I didn't get the switch that I wanted. I'll save it for that video. I'll tell you all about it. Right, so deadly little, it's called a Momo. I reckon it's a Nomo. Right, something else I've been doing. The winch is good. Now, Harmsy Fab, Michael Harmsworth here in Rockhampton, seen me videos. He's one of my biggest fans since he broke his leg playing cricket. So he's like, make another video. So I've been pumping them out for him. And as a show of gratitude, he gave me this awesome UHF antenna, which I didn't have one before, so that was very good of him. And because the bull bar is so horribly disfigured, it was hanging out on a disgusting angle, so I've packed in the spring here with bits of zip ties, and then trimmed them off so that the antenna stays vertical and looks good. Right, moving right along, we have the awesome alternator 120 amplifiers, and the wiring for that is a lot, but it's adequate. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm never happy with nothing. Except for this here. So we redid the headlight wiring. It was pretty, like, it worked, but it looked pretty bad just